Okay, good morning, parents, and thanks so much for being online here. And today we have our guests with a S, yeah, teacher Amu and her lovely boy Jonan. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Say hi and then tell us a bit about what you are going to do later. Then you pass it to me. Then I will show the parents on the math aspect. Then later, teacher Amu will be showing you how to move up the learning experience at home to a high level. And you parents definitely have the skills and the competence to do it. Okay.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you, John. So good morning, everyone. I really appreciate that you've taken time off. Hi, Iris. Taken time off your busy schedule to actually come in today and watch this webinar. So my name is Amu, as John has introduced, and this is Dronan, D-R-O-N-A-N. So I'm the COO and co-founder of Da Vinci Group and ClickIt. My background is in clinical neuropsychology, and everything that we've designed in our business is to do with how the brain optimally learns. And we found that clay is a great medium to engage the brain with content. So to that end, we've created a lot of curriculum using clay. And today we're actually here to actually show how it is that we can use clay to actually solve math problem sums in a very, very creative and fun way, such that the learning sticks in the brains of your kids. All right, and for you to also have an enjoyable time. So I'm going to pass the mic on to John and for him to do the session first. And then after that, I'm going to show you a few techniques on how you can use the clay expressively and consistently in your preparation.
Okay, thanks.
Over to you, John.
Thanks, Amu. Yeah, so, okay, so now you can off the video and mute yourself,
Sure.
and then I will take about 5 minutes for the parents.
Sure.
Then I'll move back to you because today's session, Amu and Jordan are going to show you not just math on paper. They are going to take the math questions and bring it to life because I think this is what really engage kids. And in my opinion, this is how kids learn. And you can see from Jordan's face, he's really happy, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. I will take it over from here.
I'll switch off the video. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go on mute.
Yes. Okay. Hi, parents. Thanks so much again. I know that it's a Saturday morning and probably some of you wants to sleep more. Okay, type in LOB if you came through LOB community. LOB. Type in DVG if you came in from Da Vinci Group community. Yep. So I know where you come from. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Maggie. Sherlo, Candice. Okay, thanks so much for your support. And in our community, we really want to bring the real education to children. Real in a sense, this is what I personally do for my kids as well. And this is how I think they should learn and have fun learning at the same time. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do a slide sharing. Okay, and then since all of you know me, I shall just touch on the first few slides quickly, and it will show you what are the more important things that you must know and not many parents actually know about it. Okay, so here goes. All right. Okay, so probably you have heard about my story about how when my eldest was born, and many parents told me that, John, Singapore math, you better be careful. It's very hard. Yeah, probably your child wouldn't hate it. Yeah, so ever since 10 years ago, my child was born and I started to develop this model called LB model to make math easier for parents and children and also fun for them. And along the way, local news and international news pick up our program because we are the very few centers in Singapore to support parents. Yeah, okay. So why do we do that and why are we doing it year after year? And the good thing about in this session, we have parents from kindergarten to all the way to P6. Yeah, so let me share with you how Singapore math level actually progress over the years. And this is something that probably you may not have heard about it elsewhere. Yeah, okay. So this is what I feel, in my opinion, and in P1, probably is the start of the school life for our young kids. Very happy going to school, making new friends, and generally the math are very simple, yeah, for the kids, even for parents. Okay, so most parents can teach their children math and at this level. Okay, then at P2, because it's a new level, so many parents actually told us that, hey, primary 2 math is still manageable for me because it's still simple, I can manage it, and my kids are still having a great time, yeah, blending well in school, making new friends, learning new stuff. Okay, now at P3, most parents will come back to me asking, John, P3 math is getting a bit tougher. Okay, Chunman will do a replay. Yeah. So if you need to get busy, go ahead. Okay. Yeah. So this is a time when P3, when parents start to feel it's a bit confusing. Some parts are manageable. Some parts are getting shaky. Some parts are challenging. Yeah. So parents start to feel it doesn't make sense because primary 3 math is meant to be simple, but yet, why is it that many parents still find that it's getting more challenging? And here goes P4. Of course, it gets harder and not proportionally, but you can see that it is a bit higher. Yeah. So at P3 and P4 is the crucial stage whereby many parents say, Coach John, I have enough. It's really hard and I can't teach. Yeah, and what can I do? Please help me. Okay. So let me move on. I will touch on the exact parts on how you can teach your kids math and making it simple for them. Okay, and simple for you as well. Now at P5, it doesn't just increase proportionally. Most parents told me that it's a 2 to 3 times jump. Yeah, that's when some children who did very well in primary 3 and 4, scoring above 90 marks, started to see a large dip in their marks to as low as 65. Yeah, it's a big drop for parents and it's a big shock as well when you see your kids mark drop from 95 all the way to 65. Yeah, yeah. So many parents don't know why, and I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, the reason is because not many parents know that Singapore math is not just tested on topics like area, parameter, masses, length, measurements. There are also up to 12 basic problem sum types that your child must know by P5. For example, guess and check, working backwards, more or less than, two ifs, and example, repeated identity. Yeah, so be familiar with it. So if you have children right now struggling in P6, yeah, you can see it's super high. And the truth is within 9 months, the child must accumulate and brush up his knowledge from P3 to 6 while learning new stuff. So it's kind of like mental overload for many kids, and that's why kids do struggle here. And many children may tell you that, Mommy, I don't like math. It's so hard. Yeah. So I'm going to show you some examples how you can do the right way. And in fact, this kind of questions is a question that will appear in primary 1 all the way to P6 and even PSLE. Of course, in PSLE, it won't be so simple, but the way it phrased is the same. Okay, so now there's a technique that we teach parents, which is called the KCNSU, and K stands for, anyone type in the comments box, what does K mean? Yeah, because I can recognize some of your names and you came for our workshops before. Yeah. All right, so good. Many of you are writing this down. So I want you to write down K stand. Well done, Jamie. Mommy Jamie got the right answer. Well done. Yeah. So always get your child to go by this system called the K. Okay, let me just write here. K, C, and S, U. And the best thing about you parents having young kids right now is all good habits can start off from young. Yeah. And the reason is because along the ways we have taught thousands of parents and kids and teachers, and we can, and all of us agreed that children's habits start young and children's study habits actually start from home. And you parents, for the fact that you are online right now, you are the more hardworking ones who want to make math not just easy for your child, but also fun for your child as well, okay? So I'm going to go through this one. So keyword, okay, parents, if you have paper, notebook in front, please write it down. It will help you, okay? Concept means heuristic concepts like guess and check, working backwards, and so on and so forth, okay? So the beautiful side of P1 to P3 math is the problem sum types are relatively simpler, and they always have, in this case, you can see that this is part 1. Okay, let me just use a darker color. Part 1 and part 2. Yeah, and I teach children to recognize this as the MRT train because there are 2 carriages, carriage 1 and carriage 2, part 1 and part 2. And this is called a part whole concept. Parents, repeat in your head, part whole concept. Part whole concept is one of the 12 problem sum types that P6ers must know to sit for their PSLE. Yeah, so do not just teach your child to just add 16 to 14. Okay, do not just get your child to learn how to add 16 to 14. Well, this is important for math because it's to build up your child's number sense. But do not forget that there is also a compulsory tool to learn, which is your problem sum type. Okay, so again, first thing you must teach your child is to recognize keywords. So keywords like Zozo has some bananas. This is a primary 1 math, so to many of us, it's a piece of cake. Okay, and we have a parents, Kopusami, and you wrote all the names for KCNSU. You deserve a medal for this. Yeah, thanks, mommy. Keyword also means that you have to underline all this. So get your child to learn how to underline. Do not just keep it blank. And in my experience of training kids who got A stars, they tend to make their questions messy in a way that they have this fixed process of highlighting keywords and picking out the right numbers. So start from young. All right. Okay. So she gives 16 bananas to Zuli. So it's over here is 16. Okay, 16. And she has 14 left. Yeah. So how many bananas did Zozo have at first? I'm going to share with you another technique, which is drawing the question mark. Okay. Because you need to get your child to complete the model. Yeah. So parents, help me out here. It's a Saturday morning. What is 16 plus 14 without using calculator? Okay. Help me out here. Yes, thanks. Mami, Kupusami, Jamie, awesome. Yeah. 30. So primary 1 to 2 and 3, sometimes they still have to write down the word statements. Zuzu has 30 bananas. Yeah. So Mami Kupusami did share with us that N is for numbers as well. So what are the key numbers? Then S is for statements. Statements means that you need to write down some basic words here. Like for example, in this case is a total. Okay, just write a T. Yeah. Eventually, they need this kind of skills to write, and you need some schools make it very tricky for the children because if you didn't write the right units, it's a minus of 1 mark. Most sometimes, and but most schools will deduct only half a mark. So be very careful on that. Okay. Okay. So I will cover 2 more questions, and then I will pass on to Teacher Amu, because while this is the traditional way of doing maths, later Teacher Amu is going to share you how to make it come alive, and this is what many parents will love it because it's a new way to engage our children. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Again, for P1 to 3 math and also primary 6, you want to take notes that we always follow the KCNSU. Yeah. All right. Okay, parents, if KCNSU, yeah. Okay, KCNSU. You can write at the left side, okay? Okay, parents, name me 2 keywords from this question that will tell you the concept. Again, no wrong or right. The belief is the more you participate, the more you learn, and the more you are able to teach your kids, and your kid needs you. Right, so give you some clues. We have all this. Okay, blue flowers, May 8. Okay, I'm going to give you a big clue. Yeah. So tell me which keyword tells you the concept. Type in the chat box right now. Well done. Kubusami, Jasmine, well done. Iris, Jamie, oh, you parents really inspire me, yeah, because this is the reason why we are doing all these sessions, because it's to reach out to parents who teach like you, yeah, so keep it up. No doubt, sometimes it's pretty testing, yeah, and challenging to teach our own kids, but remember, our children needs us, okay? Okay, so now, okay, so the concept for this one is in fact more than, yeah, because the keyword is more than, okay, more than. Please teach your child more than, yeah, so for more than, get your child to draw a long model, sorry, a short model and a long one, yeah. So normally I am a father of 3 girls, so I teach her to look at it as a short chocolate and a long bar because she loves chocolate. Yeah. Okay. So draw the model correctly, and please draw model. There's no such thing as model drawing is not important. Yeah. Must draw models. Okay. So quickly, Julie is 25. More than is 8. So how many does May have? So statement can be like, for example, just quickly label here, May, yeah, just equal, okay? So, wow, this is tough. Yes, this is tough for me. Yes, some mommy say this is a piece of cake. This is a piece of cake. Yeah, so it's very tough for me. So, yes, so some parents told me, well, it's easy for the parents, but some parents say, I want to build my child's confidence. So sometimes I pretend that it's hard. Yeah, so I will pretend that and say this, oh boy, it's so hard. Can you teach mommy? Can you teach daddy? And many children actually wants to be the teacher at home, and while saying the right thing, and while trying, it builds up their confidence. So try it at home and it works, okay? So again, the process is the same. Questions may change, process is the same. Okay, so one last question before I pass the rest of the time to teacher Amu. All right, okay. Okay, so before I go to the next question, please type out the concept for this question. Yeah, for this question. What is the problem sum type? Okay, what is the problem sum type? No wrong or right? No wrong or right. Okay, well, I help you out. This is a primary 3 question. Yeah. This is a primary 3 question. Okay. Okay, so quickly, KCNSU, highlight keywords. And this is actually a more than question. Okay, more than question. And you bracket units. Okay. So always draw model. Yeah. O for Olivia, J for Jenny. 6 times. Quickly draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Call them units. This is more for primary 3, and it's also appearing in primary 6 as well. Okay. Do take notes. Of course, the numbers are bigger. Yeah. So 6U are 48. So 6U equals to 48. 1U is 8. And you can just write down Jenny has 8. Okay, so this is how it goes. Yeah, so pretty simple. Okay, so one last one. So Jordan, I need you to get ready. Uncle John is going to pass the control back to your mommy soon. All right. Okay, so this is how it looks like. All right. Okay, interburst. Sometimes it appears in primary 6 as well. So take notes. Interburst. Yeah. Interburst means that you need to look at the gaps. Yeah. So one gap means one space. Teach your children to recognize different words, space or gap, doesn't matter. Yeah. So 5 bamboo trees are being planted at equal intervals, very important. So concept of this from some type is equal intervals or just intervals. Okay, just intervals. Intervals. Okay. Okay, Iris horn for a while. Yeah. Okay. Afterwards, at the end of the session, we'll just go through again. Okay, Ken? Yeah, because Jordan is texting me. Yeah, I wanted to let him try. Okay, so now take notes. Trees are planted at both ends of the tree. So teach your children 5 bamboo trees, 4 gaps. So the number of gaps is always 1 less than the number of objects. For primary 1 and 2s and 3s, teach them to draw. Yeah, so probably later teacher Amu is going to show you what he did for Jordan. Yeah, for intervals. Okay, so be prepared. Then equal intervals of 8 meter. Yeah, 8 meter. So across the garden. Yeah, across the garden. Across the garden. So let me see whether I have prepared the answer for you. Okay, so let me just erase this away. Power of technology. So step 1, 5 trees give you 4 spaces. Teach your child this. 5 trees give you 4 spaces. Okay, it's always 1 less. Yeah. Then next, 1 space is equals to 8 divided by 4. Okay, another technique for you will be you get your child to draw units. So for example, 4 spaces means 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a trick because some of you are going to get stuck when your child cannot see. Yeah, how is it that I can see 1 space? Yeah, some kids find it hard to see. It's okay. We parents get more creative to find other ways. Okay, so you can say 4 units, which is what is taught in school. 8 meters across 4 units. So you can also put it as 1 U is 8 divided by 4 equals to 2 meters. Okay? Yeah? Okay, so last one. What's the distance between each tree? Okay, there's an answer. So it's 2 meters. Okay? Okay, so what's going to happen now is I will stop share. Iris, I have taken note of your question. Okay, so later at the end, I'll pick a question, probably what you wanted, and I will use teachers Amu's technique to explain. Okay, yeah. So right now, teacher Amu, can you come back online, please? Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Back
Okay.
on.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, what I will need your help, and also Jordan's help. You ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Yes, I can see the bright smile on your face. Yeah. Okay, so you have all the time, all the way until 10:55. Yeah, give me 5 minutes
Okay.
to wrap up.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
so I think
Sounds
what
good.
will be helpful for our parents is just now they went through some questions. Pick 2 or 3 depending on the time that you have or your comfort level and then the flow. Try to relate back, yeah, to the questions.
Okay, sure, no problem. All right.
So now I will mute myself and I'll see you later.
So everyone, I just wanted to let you know how we're going to be doing this, okay? And I want to give you a little bit of science behind why it is that we have used clay to actually sort of help children crystallize what it is that they've learned, okay? So let me give you the science first so that you understand the concept behind it, okay? So everything that we do is based on this field of study called neuroeducation. It's spelled as Neuro C-A-T-I-O-N. Now, neuroeducation is actually a subset of neuroscience. Okay, so as I mentioned in my introduction, I'm actually of the background of clinical neuropsychology, and my partner's background is in neurobiology. So our main intent is to really look at how the brain optimally learns. And what the research has found through MRI studies and so on and so forth is that when you engage the brain as sensorially as possible, you're going to make sure that the content that you are sort of learning sticks longer, and there's a biological imprint in it. So basically what happens in your brain is that the neurons or the brain cells connect very interestingly with the content or the concept that's being taught if it is sensorially learned. Okay, and we found with a lot of our research that when you use clay is a very good medium to actually get your neurons firing very rapidly. So I just wanted to give you an example before I start so that you appreciate the medium of clay, okay? So how many of you have actually played with Play-Doh before? Can you just type yes if you have played with Play-Doh before? Lovely. Anyone else? Thanks, Jamie. Okay, great, awesome. So you're all familiar with Play-Doh, yeah? How many of you have actually played with clay before? The type of clay that's actually fired in a kiln, not the one that you know, gets dried up really quickly from Popular Bookstore or something of that sort. Okay, some of you might have, okay? Now the textures of both are really very different, as some of you might realize, those of you who have experienced it. With Play-Doh, what happens is that when you're playing with it and you're playing in terms of manipulating it, let's say you're doing that for 10 minutes, the texture remains the same. It is oily, sticky, oily, sticky, oily, sticky, oily, sticky until it disintegrates, correct? Whereas with clay, when you actually start playing with it, you realize that it's cold, it's moist, it's a little bit slimy, it's a bit wet. And then as you're using it, it kind of dries up in your hands to become a little more powdery. And when it gets powdery, sometimes you see like cracks and so on forming. And when you re-engage with the clay by putting a little bit of water, it gets squishy again. So for the brain, this is really like fireworks. The neurons cannot habituate, or rather they cannot sort of settle at a certain texture that it can with Play-Doh. So what happens there is the brain is heightened in engagement. And when you actually teach content together at that point, the formation or the connection actually lasts longer. We call this a biological imprint. Now, what do I actually mean by this in terms of everyday situation and so on? Let's say you look at your graduation picture or your wedding picture that happened maybe 10 years ago, all right? When you look at it, one particular picture where you were very emotionally heightened might trigger a whole series of events that happened before and after. That is exactly what we want to do with the clay. The clay then becomes the creation that your child makes or you make, then becomes a trigger point for the learning experience. Okay, so this is what I want to do. So that's enough of the science. Anyone has any questions at this point? If you can just type that out, then we'll address it at the end. Or am I clear? If I'm clear, just type yes. If you understood what I said, please type yes. Okay, great, awesome. All right, awesome. So Dronan and I, we had a lot of fun actually solving some of the problem sums that John put up yesterday. All right, I want to show you what it is that we used. We used this box called the clay kit. All right, you'll see a mirror image of it. Okay, and what this is a very, very interesting sensorial kit that has the type of clay that we use. Now I want to just show you what's inside so that you are, familiar with it. There's a guidebook in there, okay? And in the guidebook, you have like different techniques and what you can find and so on and so forth, as well as what neuroeducation is. And then after that, you have a big blob of clay. Okay, now I have to tell you something about this clay, okay? It is one of the highest grades of air dry clay, all right? It's flown in from the UK, Australia, and it has wood fibers inside. So what happens then is that when it dries up, it doesn't disintegrate within a few days or few weeks, but it can last for about years and so on and so forth. And it is also very safe for children because it's lead and toxins free. So Dronan over here has been playing with clay since 17 months and has ingested quite a bit. And he's still here, right, Dronan? Yeah, you can talk, you know. Yes, okay. So this is a nice blob that can get you through maybe 3 or 4 projects easily, depending on how much you use, okay? And then inside that also you have a tool, all right? We call this a sharp and blunt tool, and also a refreshing towel if you wanted to clean up, okay? So that's what's inside the kit. So now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna look at the question, that's okay, that's okay. We're gonna look at the question for Zozo and Zuli, right?
Yes.
Yeah? What are we gonna make, Jordan?
The banana.
The bananas. You gotta speak louder, if not, they're not gonna hear.
The banana.
The banana.
The banana.
The bananas, okay. All right, so I have pre-prepared some clay already. Okay, now this is really up to your creativity in terms of how you want to express this. Now, the reason why I really stress that you should be expressing it is because it makes it fun for the kids. It's not just a concept anymore, but you make the learning absolutely tangible and expressive, okay? So I'm gonna open up my blob of clay, which I've pre-prepared. Jordan, you wanna open up yours? Or did you wanna share with me? Okay, so if you look at this, it's really soft. I'm gonna show you the texture a little bit, okay? And if I peeled it out, can you actually see? You see those little furry things? Yes, that's the wood fibers over there, and that's what makes it really sturdy, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna just pull out the question on my phone so that I'm not distracting you guys in terms of, you wanna show? You can show them. Go ahead and show them. This is where the camera is. There we go. Good job, Roland. Okay, so bananas, fairly simple, right? Okay, let's look at the bananas. Hang on. Okay. All right. Well, hang on. Don't give it away what we made after that, okay? We want to like show them step by step, okay? All right. So the question is, Jonan, you want to read it out?
Zozo has some bananas. She gives 60 bananas to Julie. She has 14 bananas left. How many bananas did Zozo have at first?
Okay, so Jonan, what do we do first, Jonan? What do we make first?
The bananas.
How many?
16.
You want to make 16 bananas?
And then we make 14.
Okay, all right.
Then you count all together.
Okay, don't give it away. Don't give it away, okay? All right. Okay, so let's make the bananas now. So bananas, how do you guys make bananas? Actually, it's fairly simple, okay? You just have to pinch a little bit of clay. Jordan, you going to do it with me? Okay, so shall I do the 16 and you do the 14?
Okay.
Okay, so just pinch a little bit of clay. Now, if you don't have any materials at home right now, just use Play-Doh for the sake of expression. I can show you how it is that the difference in creating something would be if you use this. But for right now, if you wanted to engage your children, if your children are sitting next to you, just use Play-Doh or anything that's gooey like plasticine or something of that sort, okay? So I've pinched out a little bit. But you've done your banana. Wow, you're a pro, Dronan. Okay, that's what playing with clay from 17 months does to a child, okay? All right, so.
I need a wooden board.
You need a wooden board. Okay, let me get you a wooden board. Hold on a sec. You wanted to display your bananas, is it? This is our wooden board, by the way, everyone. Okay, put it here. Now, Dronan's like gonna win this competition of actually creating more bananas than me or something, or faster bananas. So you can make that fun, okay? Thank you for the answer. The answer is 30, yes. All right, so, okay, so basically you just wanna use your fingers, and this helps your children's fine motor skills as well. So, and you know what, honestly speaking, a lot of the way that we're teaching nowadays doesn't allow for these sort of sensorial things to happen. Oh, wow, he's really on a roll now. Okay, so this is my one banana, all right? So you wanna make sure that, you have enough clay for them to use, that's one. And you also wanna make sure that your children are not taking any shortcuts in doing this, okay? Making it with the fingers. So this is my second one. Okay, Jonan, 6, go ahead. Well, now mommy's getting a little bit nervous now. Okay, Use your fingers, get squishy with it. Very well done, Jordan. Keep going, don't wait for me. It's okay if you win. So you remember John was saying something about, you know, motivating your kids along with doing the problem sums and so on. And then, you know, he mentioned something about telling them that, oh, this problem sum is so hard, but wow, you could do it and so on and so forth. So we have a little competition going on with us right now, which I think is quite engaging for him. Okay. So how many have you got? 12. Okay, keep going. All right, so that's exciting for children as well. And I think what you can't take away from this is also that parental bonding that you have with your child, because you've done 14. It's supposed to be, oh, you've done 14. Okay, can you help me with mine then? Sorry, I'm so slow, Dronan. Look at how many. Okay, I want to show everyone how many you've done and how many I've done. Can you all see? My goodness, look, Jordan's finished so many bananas and I've just got like these ones over here. So he's going to help me, okay? Jordan, can you help me with mine, please?
Sure.
Oh, you're just counting, is it? Okay.
This is
help me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, you've got 14 already? Okay, so
1,
I tell you what.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay, lovely. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do Zozo and I'm going to do Zuli, okay? All right, so as I was saying, right, there's this parental bonding element that you just can't take away. You can see how much of meaningful interaction we're having right now. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm so bad at making bananas and he's really good at it, I'm going to create Zozo and Zuli, all right? So that we can sort of put the bananas away from each other, okay? All right. So I'm making the head for Zozo. Again, use your fingers. You're just making a circle. All right. And then I'm going to make like a triangle for the body of Zozo. Okay. Wow, Dronan, I can't keep up with you, Dronan. You're so fast. I'm making a triangle with my fingers. Okay. And this is, as I mentioned, really good for the children to work on strength and fine motor skills, okay? And sometimes they'll just be baffled, like how do you make a blob of clay into like different shapes, right? And that's where the thinking is very, very important, because it really helps you with the abstract thinking, problem solving skills, and it also makes you very agile in the brain for you to be able to think of how to manipulate shapes and so on and so forth. So I've done the triangle and I've done the circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it in. I'm showing you purposely on this side so that you can see how I blend it in. All right. Ta-da.
14.
Jonah, what do you think of Zozo, Dronan?
Good.
Good. Ta-da, I got Zozo. All right. Now I'm going to use my tool. Now, if you don't have a tool, you can just use a satay stick or a chopstick, okay, to do this. Okay. I'm going to make some. Wow, you're fast. Okay. Just in time, okay. Let me put Zozo on the table so that you can actually, are you okay with this? Buttons?
Yep.
And okay, so this is my Zozo. Okay.
And put a little name.
Oh, the name, yes. Okay. Where shall we write the name? At the bottom? Here?
Yeah.
Maybe I can write it here.
Yeah.
So imagine what you can actually do with clay. Like, I mean, this is just really fast, but imagine what you can create that you can sort of help your children understand the concept a little bit better. Yes, darling?
Mama,
Yes?
maybe this could be Zozo, this could be Zuli's
Okay,
side.
you want me to put it there? Okay,
Yeah.
so you see I've written Zozo. Of course, this is mirror image, but this is Zozo, okay? So I'm gonna put Zozo here. Can I put Zozo here? Because then there's more place for you to arrange, then I can show everyone.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick Zozo to the board a little bit. I'll show you in a little while. I'm gonna quickly make another head, okay?
For Zuli.
Zuli, yes, Zuli. Okay, Zuli has a bigger head maybe. Okay, and then I'm gonna make a quick triangle, all right? Maybe Zuli can be a bit shorter so that we know the difference, okay?
Okay.
Okay, ta-da, my triangle.
Hey, I'm done already.
Okay, I'm gonna stick this over. Okay, very quickly, make some eyes. This time Zuli's name I'm gonna write on the face, okay? Zuli. because it has to be different, right, Ronan?
Oh, yeah.
This is Zuli, everyone. Okay, so I put Zozo and Zuli. Can you move your bananas a bit? Okay, that's all right. Okay, can you arrange?
Put it here because there's more space.
Okay, all right. Ronan says put it here because there's more space. Okay.
Oh, that would be the head.
Can you come closer so that this thing doesn't fall off? All right, can you arrange it now? Come on, come closer. Wear this. Hang on a second. Yeah, Ronan's just going to arrange it. Can you please help yourself? Thank you. All right, so what was the question again? 16 bananas. Zozo has some bananas. She gives 16 bananas to Zuli. Can you give 16 bananas to Zuli? We don't need this right now. Can you arrange 16 bananas in front of Zuli?
In front of Zuli.
We'll put it like this, okay, so everyone can see. Okay, this is Zuli, everyone, and this is Zozo. So Dronan's arranging 16 bananas in return.
Zuli or Zozo?
The question says Zozo gives 16 bananas to Zuli.
So, 16.
So Zuli should have 16 bananas, right?
Yep.
Make the 16 bananas go in front. So we've completely externalized the problem sums into something that's concrete and tangible, which makes it so much easier for the children. Is this 16? Okay, then she has 14 left. So can you move 14 to Zozo? Yeah, gently. Don't want to break your bananas, right?
No. I don't want to stick them together.
You don't want to stick them together.
Yeah, I want to stick.
Okay, yeah, we want to make a divide. Can I help you? Or speak louder.
Okay, sure.
Okay, great. So now we've got the banana split up, all right? Now, you may say this helps kids with, sort of concretizing what it is that they've learned, all right? And another thing is that with the clay, if you wanted to reuse it, you just have to wet it up and put it into a plastic, all right, bag or something, so that Jonathan's just gone over for a bit, he'll be back. You just have to put it in a plastic bag and make it like, really wet so that you can squash it up and use it again. Now, the thing about air dry clay is that immediately when there's air, it will dry up, but you can use it a number of times as well. So after this, what do you do with it, right? It just looks like bananas and figurines and so on and so forth. So what we did yesterday was to actually string it together and make a chain, okay? So Dronan painted it, okay, on two sides so that it looked like a little necklace or something, and you can hang this, all right, somewhere in the house or elsewhere, and that kind of gives you an idea of that kind of becomes a trigger point for the child for the learning experience and what it is that you actually created with them. Okay, Jonathan, did you like making this?
Yes.
I'm going to share some photos of him actually doing this and concretizing it in our Facebook page as well as our group, so you can go there and have a look. We also have a video, yeah. You want to wear this so that people might be able to hear you. Okay. If you're talking, you need to come closer. Can you get up, please? Thank you. All right, come on. Wonderful. So if you look at like the second question, I'm nearly out of time. So I just wanted to sort of show you what we did, right? The second question was actually to do with the flowers, right? So then that begs the question of like, okay, I've got to create 25 flowers. How do I do that? And so we got really creative in terms of creating like one big flower, all right? And each one of the petals represented one flower, okay? So that's how we did that sum. And then we had another one that had 33 petals to represent 33 flowers. So it's really, really creative. I mean, like, how would you think of doing that, right? And it's actually a mental exercise for the children and the parents to think of how it is that you can express things like this. So what does this, what can this be used for? Because I'm really big on functionality, and functionality is really important to actually help children remember what it is that they've created. It has to be used. So this can be like paperweights, to use around the house and so on and so forth. And then the last question, which was, well, the third question at least, I think it was the third, the ones about books and so on. So we created like I mean, of course, you can't create, I mean, this was just a little bit random. So we kind of created like books standing up in a shelf a little bit. So we had like some, so if you count this, this is 24 and this is 24. Okay. And then if you wanted, you could break up 6 or 8 to actually learn the parts and so on and so forth. Okay. So that's another one. And you can start imagining already. What I hope to do by showing you all of this is to actually trigger your imagination on how you can creatively express these sums. So with that interval question, right, and you have a garden and there's spacing and so on and so forth, with the clay, you can create so much just to show how that space might be and so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, I think that example was sufficient. What do you think, John? Anything else that you wanted me to cover at this point? I just wanted to give the parents an idea of how we can make these concepts come alive for the children. I mean, you saw that magic over here in terms of how he was engaging me and so on. It wasn't staged. It just came out of, you know, an experience of that. So John, is there anything else you wanted me to sort of get into?
Okay, good. Okay, so Jordan, well done. Yeah, so right now, I will need your help again. Do you have enough materials for the question on Olivia?
Okay, the books one, right? Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay.
Depends on how you want us to do it.
Yeah, so Jordan, I'm going to give you a challenge now.
Jordan
Okay.
has a challenge.
Yeah, okay. So why not? Because just now, Mommy Iris wants us to revisit the
Sure.
question. Yeah, so let me just paste this for the parents. Okay. Okay, so Jordan, I'm going to read to you a story about books. Okay, in this question, Olivia has 48 books.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not know how you are going to do it, but I trust you. Can I trust you? Yes, because I know you can do it, right? Give me a thumbs up to show me you're ready. All right. She has 6 times as many books as Jenny. So how are you going to use the materials that you have to show me 6 times as many books as Jenny? Yeah, and Mommy can help. And I will need you to do on your wooden board so that parents can see the model.
Sure.
Okay, so now let's do it together.
Okay, let's do that together. Okay, Jordan. So
And
Jordan,
yeah.
Go ahead,
okay.
John.
Okay, so parents, right now what we're going to do is because now is the best time to show a real example on how you can possibly engage your kids in doing math. Because when I run parents workshop and how I watch parents teach another parents math, it's kind of like monotonous. Like they read out the question first, then they say do it, and then people get bored, and then I can imagine how bad it can get at home as well when the activity is 0 at home, besides just doing questions after questions. Yeah. So right now I'm going to share with you how I teach my kids and why many children still prefer me to teach our kids, because it kind of must be engaging for the child, and it's like a conversation between a young friend and an uncle. Yeah. Okay. So now Jordan, show me on the board how are you going to show 6 times as many books as Jenny. 6 times.
He says, I don't know how to do times. It's okay, Jordan. Mama will help you. Okay.
Okay. 6 times. Okay. For example, if you have 1 strawberry, do you like strawberry?
You like strawberry?
Yeah. And Mommy has 6 times as many as you.
I have 6 times many.
1 times 6. What is 1 times 6? And you can do it.
You know what's 1 times 6? You don't know? Never been exposed?
Or you can add 6 times. 1. Look at my fingers. What is this?
Look at Uncle John's fingers. Hold on.
Can you see my finger?
Yes.
Okay. Let's count 1 6 times. So follow my finger. 1. What is this? 2.
3.
Well done.
5. 6.
Well done. Give yourself a high five. which is a clap.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
give your
I
mom
want to do a high
five.
five. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so mommy now can help, okay? Yeah, so as
Okay.
mommy is doing, I will just explain, okay, Ken?
Sure. I'll go on mute. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so parents, right now, whatever I'm sharing is going to be something that you can pick it up from for your home as well, because I think there's a lot more you can do at home. And besides just getting a book and questions and worksheets, yeah. So in fact, if let's say you do not have any clay at home, use Lego, cut ice cream sticks into parts. Or what else can you use? Just drop in the chat. What else do you think you can use at home that can make math a bit more interesting? While we buy time for Jordan to make. Great. Mommy Jamie use Lego. Chuman use Lego pieces as well. Okay. Okay, so right now I will ask Amu to come back.
Yes, we're back. So I was just explaining the question to Dronan, and lo and behold, he said that we have 7 parts altogether, meaning that there's 1 for me and 6 for the person. Okay, so he kind of understood that, and now we're just creating books. So this is my symbolic 1 book. Dronan, can you show your book?
I'm not done.
He's not done yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create the 6. Sorry, what?
It's difficult.
It's a little bit difficult for you. Well, just let your imagination roll. All right. And remember we talked about how to create books yesterday, right? Yeah. So just do that. Oh, good job. You want to show your fingers here. You want to maybe stand up so that everyone can see how it is that you're doing it. You want to stand up a bit? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, do it that way.
That's a nice book. Yeah.
You want to use this to make some lines, like as if there are words inside?
Yeah. And
Alrighty.
to parents, it doesn't matter what kind of books they make. It doesn't need to be same as yours, because I think the focus here is getting the child to do something with you. Yeah, and I think nowadays it's quite rare for parents to sit down with their kids to do something together. So for the fact that you're online with us right now, we just want to share things that I myself and teacher Amu have been using to engage our children. And I can't imagine for the next 30 days if children have to go online. Wow, that's a very nice book. Yeah, just
I
show it to
know,
camera.
right? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And then he says it looks a little bit like a butterfly as well. So
Second book.
that's cool. You want to make some more? I made 2 already.
Okay.
So these books actually represent a certain number, okay? Because Olivia has 48.
We must make 7.
We just make 7 first so that we understand how we can find the number, okay, of books.
The other tip for parents is make sure that you designate enough time for your child to go slow and be okay with them getting stuck. And you're the parents who facilitates learning here. Yeah.
Mom, how much clay do you have?
Drop me a yes if you are doing with your child right now. Drop me a yes if you are doing with your child right now, or your child is sitting next to you, wondering what's going on. Okay, we have a few yeses. Yep, please.
I think what was beautiful here that happened, and I'm just a little bit bummed that I didn't switch on the audio when that moment of magic happened, that he said that we need to create like 7 books. It was that he kind of understood the concept really quickly, right? And I think that really sort of shows the strength of making it come alive in front of you so that the children can sort of get the concepts better as well. Yeah.
And to add on, yes, to add on. All right. Okay, so thanks Candice and Jasmine for sharing. Your children are next to you. Yeah, and to add on, sometimes our kids get stuck because they are not able to feel or to experience the learning. And by doing worksheets may help some kids, but there are other kids who wants to feel and experience it. And this helps in retention of memory as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
It helps with retention of memory. Okay.
It helps you to remember. So
remember things.
So for Jonah, I think by the end of the day, probably this is one of the things that you remember. Even maybe next week when I ask you what happened last week, high chance you're going to say you did this with mommy.
Yes. Yes, you're going to remember.
And you can't hear it.
Yeah, you couldn't hear you. That's why he's asking what Uncle John saying.
Yeah.
Let's take. Can?
Yeah. Okay. So this is for. Can you hear me, Jordan? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Yeah. So do you like what is happening now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So probably by the end of the day, if I ask you what is the most interesting that happened today, will you be likely saying this is a session? This session is interesting for you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
good.
so let's show the 7 books. These are our 7 books. Okay, so now we can actually categorize it into the 6 on top. Make some space. Can you all see? Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got space for 5. Let me move a bit. Overlap, okay, Dronan? One small one here, and the one over here. All right, so we made that graph bar-like thing come alive. And then it's easy to talk about how many numbers we have to put in each of the categories to actually make it to 48 and so on.
And this is the points that parents can get the child to draw the model, while we do not draw books on the paper or the worksheets. We can convert them into boxes. Yeah. So for parents, if your child is stuck in understanding how to draw model in the first place, do something like that. Bring it out to life, then you apply it back to the worksheets. Okay. Okay. So in the meantime, Mommy Iris, you have something to ask me, just type in the chat box so I can address that while I just keep on talking. Yeah, so teacher can you just hold the board up for a while?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so now I need you to be my mouth. Can?
Okay, Ken.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so can you tell Jordan these 6 books? Sorry, so these 6 boxes or books represent more books.
Ronan, so Uncle John wants me to tell you this, all right? Can you stand up for a bit? Okay, so these 6 sort of symbolic books represent more books. You know that, right? Because altogether we have like 48 books. What do I mean? So this represents a few numbers. 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 It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it could be like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like that. Or
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
yeah, so you know 2 times table, right? So now we're talking about
4 times table.
it is 8. Yes, 8. So it's 8, 16, 20, what? 24, right? John, my math is so bad. 24, 32, then 40, 48. Yes. Okay.
But what
so
about this?
exactly. So if one of this is 8, then what is this? If one of this book is 8, then what is this?
Same or different?
Same or different?
16.
Why is it 16?
Because it's
Bigger?
because it's low.
Because it's close? No. Okay, so listen, right? So if this is 8, 16, 24, is my math correct? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. And all of these books are the same. Okay, that means they represent the same number. So what
8,
is
8.
yeah,
Well done.
this is 8.
Well done.
Yes, so this is 8.
well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad for a P1 student, huh?
Yes,
okay,
that's what I want to
he's
say.
never done times table before.
Yes. And I just want to highlight
6,
two
8, 10,
two very beautiful things just happened.
14.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
Listen to
Jordan.
Uncle.
And
Listen
okay,
to Uncle John.
parents, do you realize that though I think to be fair to Jordan, he's only P1. Yeah, and you realize that he is doing a primary 3 maths. And for the fact that some primary 3s are saying that it's so tough to understand, but in this live session and within stages,
No,
we didn't
it's not
prepare him
staged.
at all. Yeah, so this is real, this is live, and we have a kid, a real kid with who's very close to his mommy, right? And then the mommy is able to bond with him and teach him. Yeah, so actually Jordan is now learning primary 3 math. Yeah, I want to give him some credit. And I think it takes high self-awareness for parents to admit that, hey, actually my math is not very good, and be okay with the being vulnerable. And sometimes children, they see us parents as the almighty. Yeah, and when we realize that, kids realize that mommy also needs some help in this. I can help mommy. Yeah, so this is actually, there's a lot of learning through different levels, and this is the most beautiful parts about engaging kids. And one parent just shared with me that, John, they did this and they did this in school already, but my response in general to most parents who ask this is, the parents are not there. The parent-child bonding element is missing. Yeah, so it's different thing, even though it's done there. Yeah, so I hope more parents can benefit from this. So Mommy Iris, are you still there? Did we answer your question? Well done. Okay, so we have come to the end. Before we share with you a bit more things, show me yes if you have learned one new thing today. Just type in the yes if you have learned one new thing today. You can see all the yes coming in. Type in one new thing that you learned. Can be anything. Type in one new thing that you learned. Again, it's for teacher Amu and my feedback so that we know this is helpful for you. Okay, intervals, bonding, highlighting keywords, clear to visualize, making things fun. Yeah, from Jordania. Engage with kids. Yes, okay. Okay, so well done, yeah. And Jordan, I'm very proud of you. Yeah, very proud. Now your mommy can let you do primary 3 math. Later I'll pass you my book, okay?
Sounds good.
Finish by tonight. Okay, so teacher Amu, I will share screen with the parents right now. Then I will end off.
Okay, sure. I will stop.
Yeah, thanks so much. Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, but later I will bring you back. Okay, this session is for parents who gotten our books, and parents, please use our book, because just like yourself, there are many LOB parents who teach their kids and they are getting great results from the book. Okay, so if you have our Math Younger, please use it, because parents have told us that their children start to like math more because it's a different book and they are able to create a story out of the story sums. Yeah, okay. And for parents who are using this P3 guidebook, please use it, because now with home-based learning, a lot of times your child is going back to you, say, mommy, can you help me? Mommy, can you help me? Mommy, can you help me? Yeah, our guidebook is there to guide your child. So in any case your child is lost in the sea of problem sums, use the guidebook, because many children told us, after I see the question and the answer, I am able to do it fast. Okay, all right. So okay, this is where you can get in touch with ClearKit. All right, so again, none of this is staged because we actually got Jonan to come out to share, and this is like a reality show. Yeah, so teacher Amu, you can come back online while we can do some Q&A. Yeah, so while teacher Amu is coming back online, so what we are going to do now is, okay, stop sharing. Okay, oh, okay, here's this book. Yeah,
Yeah, Jordan wanted to show his book. You want to share, Jordan?
Yeah.
Let's have a, oh, I don't know what happened to me.
I think you can just hold the book held up.
Jonan, can you hold the book eye? Show the book eye. This is what he's been using.
Yep.
Okay.
And I know that many parents here actually have gotten our books. Yeah, so this is how we want to support you to better engage your kids. Yeah, and again, for the fact that you are engaging your kids, it already makes you so different from most parents. So we just want to support you in whatever way we can through all these live sessions. Yeah. Okay, so in the meantime, we have come to the end. Do you have any question that you want to ask us? In the meantime, I will just paste Play Kit resources here and you can just check them out. Okay. Parents, just type in a question if you have any. Jordan, how was it for you for the past half an hour?
Jonan, Uncle John's asking, how was it for you in the past half an hour?
Good.
Did you hear that?
What do you like most?
What did you like most?
The book part.
The book part?
We made the book.
What?
We made the book.
Oh, you made the book. He liked making the book for the Olivia question.
Can you show which book you like most?
Oh dear, we just squashed it up.
All
That's
right.
what he's playing with right now.
Okay, Mommy Iris, she asked a question. Is this Math Jungle book for P1 to 6? No, this one is only, this is only for primary 1. In fact, when my girl was 5 years old, she started to learn it by using this Math Jungle book. Okay, for Iris, you can just drop me a PM, which level is your kid, and we'll point you the right way. Yeah. Okay, Jordan, what else did you learn from this session?
Jonan, what else did you learn from this session? Uncle John's asking. Louder?
The bananas.
The bananas, okay. What else?
Then Zozo and Zuli.
Zozo and Zuli, okay. Then?
About.
You gotta speak faster, my dear.
About how we show our creations just now.
How we show our creations just now. Okay, cool. Do you like playing with clay?
Yes.
Why do you like playing with clay?
It's so squishy, slimy, and oily.
It's so squishy, slimy, and oily. You think so?
And then it's squishy, and it can turn dry, and it can, when you put water on it, it will get soft.
Okay, got it.
That's why I like it.
That's why you like it. Okay, I got it. John, could you hear that?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
great.
awesome.
Yeah. So what is happening? What just happened is teacher Amu just went through a recap with Jordan, and it's something that's very lacking in most of the sessions with parents at home. Yeah. So what parents can take away from here is that you can do a recap for child to wrap it up. So the routine to do a recap is consistent, as well as it helps the child to recall and start to build the mental imprints in their head. So this is what has happened and I can remember. And by talking to mommy, I can remember better. So this is how we help children to remember concepts, because one of the most common complaints from parents is my child is very forgetful. Yeah. So with the last 2 minutes, teacher Amu, anything you want to share with the parents, or do a 1 minute wrap up, and then we'll just call it a day.
Okay, sure. So thank you for your time today. I really hope you got some value out of what we did today and saw how this actually crystallizes the learning experiences for the children. And I really have to say that there's so much of literature out there in terms of, or rather scientific papers out there on how clay really helps with learning. So I think that it would be so awesome if you guys went to read up a little bit more about it so that you're well informed, and also make this an opportunity for your child to learn lifelong learning skills that they can create out of their own. So there's a lot of research that says that sorry, Jonan's asking for the bananas. Okay. when you actually let them think this way about certain problems that they're doing in school, they can translate it to issues that might happen in life. All right, and that's what we want. Okay, we want them to be able to crystallize their experience such that they use this sort of learning along the way, even in university, even in JC, even in, you know, in when they go to work and so on and so forth. And that's what we're building over here, the agility in thinking. Okay. If there's any other questions whatsoever, I saw a question about an autistic child.
Yes.
If I
Would you
can
able
just
to share more on that?
if I can actually please sort of address that.
Yes,
we
yes.
have worked with a lot of children on the spectrum. We've worked with schools like the Melbourne Specialist International School. We've worked with Integrated International School and so on and so forth. And these kids come from a range of autism as well as ADHD, as well as cerebral palsy and so on and so forth. And the amazement is when they have highly sensorial mediums, and not just highly sensorial mediums, play has really worked with them. I've seen this happen right before my eyes. We've had a child who was non-verbal actually come at the end of the term when we were doing some content to say that it was fun and engaging. Okay, that's a big deal. And the occupational therapists who were with us were really taken by that as well. So I really encourage you to look at play as an option to actually help the child or your child get to sensorial engagement, and then sort of crystallize it like how I did with Dronen, baby steps along the way, and see the magic that might happen with that. I just wanted to end off with that.
For the mommy who has asked the question, do you have any more question? Yes, then we can address that. Okay, in the meantime, from other parents, any other question, like probably challenges that you are facing or you foresee that you'll face once once our children are all stuck at home?
Thank you, Jamie.
Okay. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay, so Dronen, anything you want to share? If not, we will just.
Do you have anything to say to them before we end? Let me say bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, okay. For parents, thanks so much for your time. I really hope that you have found some useful tips from this session. And the reason why teacher Amu and myself came together to do this is because both of us share the same values that is so important for parents. Both of us are parents, yeah. So important for us to engage our kids, and I think it's very lacking in today's society. So it need not be hard. It can be just simple materials, yeah. And I think Jordan also needs some personal time with mommy now, so I shouldn't hold him back. Yeah, yeah. So whatever dynamic that you see here is real, and you will face similar issues as well. Like kids need more time to understand. Kids needing more repetitions. Yeah, so be okay with it. I think what helps for you is make sure that you space out the time for your child, like a timetable in school as well, like 9 to 10 is the time that you put aside all your work off your phone, switch to silent mode, and do it at a table that there's no or little distraction. Yeah, and this is your undisturbed time between you and your child. Okay, and it helps to keep parents calm. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that this tip is useful for you, and we'll just end off. Okay? Teacher Amu, thanks for your help. Really appreciate it.
This is Dronen Snake saying bye as well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Snakey.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, parents. Have a good day and stay safe. Yeah, stay safe.
Stay safe, yes.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.